Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Well, it's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's good, Chris, and everybody listening?
Everybody! Ho! I'm glad to be back. It's just me and Josh today. Brian couldn't make it out. But still very excited. It feels like forever since we've done this. So I'm very excited to get back into it. We got a lot of manga to talk about. So let's not waste any time. Let's get directly into plugs. You can find me at the Chris Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37. That's on Instagram, and at New Jump City Josh. That's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. You can find Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch him when he's streaming at twitch.tv/its punchline. Hit him up on that. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Check out our email at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. That would be super cool. And I feel like it's been a while since I did the plugs, but I think that's if you like the show, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. That would be super, super nice. Please do that. And if you prefer audio podcasts, which is what we are at the moment, you can check us out at Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. That's it. That's it for sure. So let's get directly into the show. One Piece. We're back, baby. It's One Piece chapter 1104. Thank you, Zaddy. This cover page is kind of adorable. It's a mouse proposing to another mouse at a restaurant. And Sanji's in the background like, aw. It's very nice.
Crazy.
Crazy. It's a little Ratatouille situation here.
Riveting.
I would say very riveting. So last we left off, Kuma has arrived on Egghead and has basically blitzed the entirety of the Marines that are there, making a beeline straight for where Bonnie is. And he is on site with St. J. Garcia Saturn. And the chapter ended with him cocking back the most aggressive punch so far in the series of One Piece, and that's saying something. And this chapter starts off right where we left off. Kuma is about to punch the shit out of St. J. Garcia Saturn. And just to top it off and give this proper emotional weight, we see all of the things that St. J. Garcia Saturn has basically been behind in Kuma's life. And we also see like Bonnie's crying. He is just floating to him slowly, and Garcia has like the time to be like, what the fuck is happening here? Vegapunk, he should be dead. After a few days after the Revolutionary Army took Kuma away, he said, I pressed the self-destruct switch. And we get a 2-page spread of one of the most satisfying punches to ever land in One Piece. Caved St. J. Garcia Saturn's face in and made him fly about 3 miles away. Go Kuma. The Marines that are witnessing this are like, he punched out one of the 5 elders. Couldn't handle it. And the Marines are going to go save Saint Saturn at once. Kuma just falls to his knees, and the punch allows the Straw Hats to move again, and they immediately start to make their move towards Bonnie to get everybody out of there, escape being their only goal. And Vegapunk starts thinking to himself, like, whoa, what happened? I did not attach any self-destruct switch because I knew that they would just use that. I knew this government was just going to use him as a bomb eventually. So, I landed in the middle and I made a shutdown switch to you that if it's been thrown, you should have been in a vegetative state without the ability to act of your own free will or even carry out orders. And he's like, there's no reason that he should have sprung into motion and no logical scientific basis for his arrival at this island where Bonnie is. And Vegapunk is like, whoa, so it's true then. It is not the physical strength of the Buccaneers that makes them remarkable. For at one point in time, and of course we cut off here. We don't get to know what Vegapunk knows about them. And basically over the course of this, like, thinking to himself monologue thing, Kuma, in his last act as a conscious being, takes Bonnie and gives her a little hug. Very sad. God damn it. So sad. And Bonnie just, like, touches his face and is like, thank you. Thank you, Daddy. I saw all your memories. Mommy was such a wonderful person, and you wrote me all those letters. Everyone calls you a tyrant, but I know my daddy is the kindest and most wonderful man in the world. And, can't be happy for too long because then St. J. Garcia Saturn emerges from the rubble with one less hand, actually, and one of his horns clipped completely off. But unfortunately, he can heal this. But he turns over to Vegapunk and he's like, how do you explain all this? Was it your doing? And Vegapunk was like, I guess so. I guess it looks that way, but I guess you could call it the power of love if it makes you feel better. And he's like, I see a flaw in the human form. Farewell, I have no more use for you men. So not Vegapunk, Garcia starts to make another strike towards Kuma, but Sanji manages to kick his leg out of the way, and Frankie blasts a hole straight through Saturn. Kizaru, unfortunately, pulls up behind him and kicks him. Gives him a good lightspeed kick. And we see that Vegapunk and Atlas manage to carry Kuma away, or are starting to carry Kuma away. And Kizaru is like, now that even Kuma's in the scene, I'd say we have an abundance of players. Let's finally end this. Vegapunk is like, you're a piece of shit, Kizaru. And he's like, yeah, I'm a miserable sight. I should have brought darker shades. And the Buster Call has been activated. They're going to call a Buster Call an Egghead. And the chapter ends with Saturn just saying that those who study the secrets of the world, those who possess the blood of a lost people, those who awaken an ancient god, this island is full of inconvenient people who must be eradicated. And that's where the chapter ends. A shorter
inconvenient
chapter.
People.
Yeah, no real persons involved.
No real person involved.
But Josh, what did you think about One Piece chapter 1104?
This was the best chapter of the week for sure.
Yeah, same.
Say that without a doubt. It wasn't even close.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Oh, in the series Jujutsu Kaisen, right? There's this thing called Black Flash, where I can't really explain it, but basically it's when you hit somebody really fucking hard, right? But not just hard, 1.2 times as harder, right? I think that's how much.
No, it's at zeros is like 1/1000th of a second that you activate.
No, but I'm talking about the boost.
Oh, the boost? I don't remember. I think it's a multiplier that increases. I think like maybe. Let me see. You keep talking. I'll look it up.
Well, listen. The point is, that's what Kuma hit this nigga with. You don't see the flashes immediately, But after he gets knocked back, you see it all.
He
And
was chosen by
he
the
got hit
spark.
with a black flash. And he got sent to the next city within that island, within the Egghead city. So that was nice, right? And
Okay.
then
It's to the power of
we was just
2.5, by the way.
2.5. Wow. Yeah, there you go.
But not
So
2.5
that's
times. It's to the power of 2.5. So whatever your strength is, multiplied by itself 2.5 times.
that's crazy. Well, all right. Well, now that we all know mathematically what Black Flash is, um, we get treated to another attack with the Radical Beam, and I ain't gonna lie, man. We was just talking about Frankie the other day, and how like he's shown out in a lot, in like pretty decently in like the fights in the New World, but we feel like there hasn't really been that signature win or moment. Bro, this Radical Beam through this nigga's chest.
It was through his side. That was his rib cage. Out one rib cage through the
Nah,
other.
yeah, man, that was it was like a horizontal. Yeah, it went through him the other way instead of from the front. It got beamed from the side. Nah, that's crazy. But man, that was really big, Chris. Like, um, Oda Oda knows how to get satisfying shots. Anyway, I'm thinking about what's Robin feeling right now in the moment. When she
Oh my
heard
god.
Buster call, or when people say, "Oh, they're about to do a Buster call," is she gonna stand there and freeze
This will be
and
Robin's
think
third
about,
Buster call.
no way, when was the second one?
Ennie's lobby.
They Buster called that shit?
By accident, yes. Spandam accidentally Buster called it.
Accidentally?
Yeah, because he had a transponder snail. So he thought he was going to reach for his other one, but he actually like clicked the Buster call transponder snail. That automatically
What a
just summons a
dummy.
Buster call.
Okay, well, that's intense. But this is super duper intense because there's a lot of live people there. You know what? Whatever. Point is, no, Robin should be good by now.
Yeah, she should be used
Um,
to it, weirdly enough.
yeah, be honest with you, this was my favorite chapter because of those moments, man, of seeing the elder get his shit rocked. Also, all right, I'll say this. I feel like this needs to devolve into some type of like Shibodi type of like event. Like the whole fucking Straw Hat crew got to pull up and contribute to this one fight. That's how I feel, and they got to win this time. They got to beat the Admiral, beat the Elder, and show how much they've grown. Just like Kizaru says, because he says it's true that they developed well. He says that shit out loud. No, I thought that was nice. That was right before Frankie shot the beam to that nigga's chest. It was rib cage. My bad.
His ribs.
It's neither that there anymore. All the organs. I guess it's okay for him.
Yeah, I mean, he
though.
could heal.
He
But
seemed okay. Yeah, he has reverse curse technique
yeah.
or a bunch of sensu beans. Whatever. One way or the other. It's One Piece. It's not that deep. TBH. Man, Bonnie better use Nika Future and smack the shit out of him too, or break one of his crab legs,
Yeah. Well, he's
and
a
then
spider.
eat the demon crab meat.
He's very clearly a spider.
Just
You're-
let me live, bro. Let me live.
All right, my bad.
Is he shooting webs?
Not yet.
He looks very crab-like to me.
I don't see claws.
That's a crab-ass motherfucker, if you ask me.
I don't see claws. That's what I'm saying.
He has hands.
Oh, like crabs do?
No, he has, no. You can. He does have crab hands.
He does not have crab hands. There's no such thing as crab hands. It's claws, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he does. Look,
Look, I
Hold
don't
on.
want to have to keep doing this to you, but now you're saying ridiculous things like he has crab hands.
I thought he had like an extra set of hands.
No, dude, it's two
It's
hands.
just the clouds. Never mind, it's the clouds.
Bro's a spider yokai, dude. I'm gonna give you a minute to
Crab
get
legs.
over that, I guess.
He's a spider, but he got crab legs.
That's not what crab legs look like, by the way. They're very Yeah, I don't think you're right about this. I think this is definitely a spider.
All right. Do you think that if Robin was to use her hand power to hold his leg and then snap it, do you think there would like be meat inside of it similar to like a crab?
No, because he's a spider. Unless spiders have
Oh.
meat in their legs like that.
I don't know actually, and I don't really care to look it up. So I guess that's that, huh?
Yeah, I guess we're at a stalemate here.
Well, anyway, what was your thoughts, Chris?
Man, yeah, this is very good. I mean, One Piece is now back. The build-up's over. Buster Call's been called. This is the Straw Hat's second Buster Call in their lives. After this, they got to retire the Buster Call. If the Straw Hats make it through this, they're like, this shit doesn't work.
Unless that's going to be a regular thing now.
These same motherfuckers escaped this shit twice. This doesn't work anymore. No, but I really like this a lot. I thought that this 2-page spread where he punches the shit out of St. J. Garcia said, I'm so glad nothing bad happened to stop this moment. Kuma needed this. He deserved this. Punched out. This was an Ippo 2-page spread. This is when Ippo finishes someone off. They get sent flying.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention
He
is
got
that
his shit rocked.
they do mention that Luffy disappeared at some point, so he's not there right now. He'll probably return and do some crazy shit in Gear 5, which would be sick. Oh my god, I can't wait to see how this ends. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Kizaru is firmly on the side of St. J. Garcia Saturn, by the way. Just want to let you know, and a certain other person
He's faking.
who swore to God that this guy was going to join the crew, light kicked the shit out of Frankie. I don't think you do that to your nakama. But that's just me. Would you do that to your nakama? Would you kick them with your light powers?
I mean, he knows Frankie. He actually, the only person he hit was the robot, which probably doesn't have pain receptors there. I wouldn't if I was him.
Well,
You know?
particularly he hit Frankie's back, which is his weak point. So historically,
No, didn't he change that
I think he
with his
changed
new
that.
build?
But that being said, I don't know. And he also was like, I guess we should end this.
Watch, man. Y'all both said that he was the one that fed Luffy. You were mad sure about that.
I'm pretty sure he did. But I don't know. He is also on their side.
Just remember, there's no former admiral on the crew.
Yeah, that's not a position. There's no pirate job that is former admiral.
How do you know, bro? Was you a pirate? You was out there in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
And
That was
on
me.
the East Blue?
When Jack Sparrow got caught, I was there.
No,
I was there.
You don't have those,
I was there.
So for all we know,
When Jack Sparrow got eaten by the
Bro.
Kraken, I was there. That was me.
the ones that flipped on the government was probably the best pirates.
But he's not about to flip on the government.
Aokiji did.
True. Kizaru's
He's
not.
always
though.
about to reflect off that ice.
I still don't think it'll happen. I don't think he'll join the crew.
That's rough, man. You don't believe in the ideal.
I'm sorry.
My ideals.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm irritated because you guys have ideals and I don't. But yeah, sick fucking chapter. I loved reading it. I'm very excited to see what happens next in One Piece. I'm so glad it's not on break next week. Oh my god, Josh, you have no idea. I was so expecting it to see that little like 14 days right over One Piece, but maybe next week, frankly.
Yeah, they're gonna get it shaken next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral of Light and the Devil Spider with crab legs. To be determined.
TBD.
One of them might call him a crab. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna discount the possibility.
If you
completely.
fused a human with a crab, I would imagine human like top, crab bottom.
But that's not a crab bot. It doesn't look like a crab.
I'm just gonna examine it more, okay?
I know you're having a hard time accepting this, but it just be that way, Josh. All right, but in the meantime, while you're examining that, should we move on?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Despite the fact that I'm dressed to the nines, I'm still packing heat, and I'm gonna pull out my weapon.
My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 412, History's Maddest Hero. Last we left off, Shigaraki chased Deku all the way to Mount Fiji, and he was about to use his decay powers to not only destroy Deku, but also Mount Fiji. Or Fuji. Did I say Fiji? Is it Fiji or Fuji? I think it's Fuji.
I don't know. Fuji, yeah.
Yeah. So, as he was doing that, Midoriya was like, whatever, I'm going to just punch your decay away. And we see that Deku is using Black Whip to flex and extend his muscles manually so that he can manufacture a buildup for Fajin, and that it would allow him to unleash the burst of air like he does when he flicks his finger. And he does it. He sends Shigaraki flying, which I guess stops because he doesn't have physical contact with the ground. He's not able to continue his decay. Shigaraki like gains his composure back, but Midoriya just like starts overloading his danger sense while he's in midair to catch him off guard. Midoriya does a whole lot of shit basically to overload his danger sense, but unfortunately, Shigaraki can use the search quirk to basically find out where Deku is and eliminate him as a threat. Deku takes a moment to just like catch his breath because he cannot breathe when he's doing this all these quirks at the same time. So he's like, so Shigaraki's like, well, those charged up attacks not meant for willy-nilly rapid fire either. I can tell you're reinforcing your tendons and muscles from the inside. So, you know. And if you smack me in the head with one of those moves, I might not manage to put myself back together. But life's tough when you got so much you want to protect, right? And Midoriya says that he's not giving up on that crying boy. Shigaraki responds with just like, people interpret the world around them through such narrow, limited windows. And now you're cramming me within your narrow worldview, like a square peg in a round hole. He said, I overcame and buried that crying little kid. and it's my worldview that's taking over now, and I'm doing just peachy. And bro, Shigaraki's grandma pulls up and is like, "Yo, there's just some people you can't save. Kill my grandson, please, please." And Midoriya is like, "No, I can't. I have to ask why he can't let go of that sad, lonely past. All he did was put a lid on it. So until that lid shatters into pieces, I won't stop smashing it away." And we see the second user one for all, talking about how he was so opposed to someone like Midoriya because his desire to help people, even his arch enemies, is like delusional. But the second one for all user says that, like, having observed Midoriya from the end, he knows the truth that this boy clings to one driving notion: that anyone, whether the most vile among us or even the quirkless, that inside each of one of us is an innately human heart. So I too want to believe. And we see a finger pointing.
You said an innate domain?
And no, I said an innate human heart.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's just an innate human heart, not an innate domain. We see a finger pointing, and I'm like, wait, what?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But we see a finger pointing. Second All For One user sees All Might's visage pull up, and then he turns around and he says, "Call me a fan of this saccharine sentiment, but now you have to do exactly as I say. I'm betting everything on you, Ninth. The time has come to part ways with One For All." And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about My Hero Academia, chapter 412?
I like this chapter more than I thought I would. Whatever that's worth. Yeah, I thought it was interesting seeing what the Vistages had to say, especially Shigaraki's grandmother, the previous One For All user. So it was I actually, I predicted that he probably wouldn't listen to her, even if it was her saying it. But it was the way she really just tried to tell him, like, just he said annihilate him. Fucking crazy. Shout out to Delaware Smash.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Been a little while. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Not all this extra Fajin gear shift. All right, I'm gonna stop hating. So, yeah, that was a cool moment. I don't hate watching Shigaraki fight. It's a little pretentious sometimes, but the author finds a way to, like, make him still, like, endearing in a way. Like, there's still that video game aspect to him, I guess, that, like, I enjoy hearing. It's the same kind of vibe as, like, Jujutsu Kaisen or Hunter x Hunter in a way. Like, whenever he's, like, thinking about fighting, that's why his fights, like his one-on-ones, are always, like, really good. At least for the ones that they showed, or when he makes plans. Yeah, it gives me hope that this isn't going to be a punchy, kicky, blasty type of, like, fight, because they're both thinkers. So I'm looking forward to, like, a intricate fight. Maybe not as awesome as Gojo v Sukuna, but maybe this is the penultimate fight, right? Is there any other villains left out there?
No, I would think this is it. This is the final battle.
Isn't Stain still alive somewhere?
Yeah, but he's not like a villain
he's
anymore.
dead.
And he is dead, yeah.
Nah, that nigga's dead now. Yeah, well, killed a lot of people.
I sure did.
Yeah, I think he's pretty cool, but
I like Stain.
I don't know how those families feel about him.
They're probably not the biggest fans, but Even they
I
have to
wouldn't.
admit,
I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't disagree. Yeah.
even they have to admit, like that's a pretty cool design.
I would never ask them though.
Yeah, no, I mean you gotta have some respect.
Yo, so Shigaraki tried to create a moon. He tried to use the Pain's ability.
No, that was in his head. You know, that's him bearing away that little kid that he truly is.
Oh, mm, unfortunate. Let me ask you something. How do you feel like? How do you feel like power skill wise, like My Hero Academia to Naruto? What do you think is the more powerful series so far?
It's a tough answer. I would say that My Hero Academia probably has a better power scaling.
No, no, no. Oh no, not about better. Like who? But I'm saying like, who do you think has a stronger? Like which? Like in totality? Like when you think about the strongest characters in My Hero, you know, and then the strongest characters in Naruto. Like, what do you?
That would be like Deku and Naruto, because they're pretty much unequivocally the strongest people in their verses. Well, at least Naruto
Shigaraki's pretty strong.
was.
Madara was. I ain't gonna lie, Madara is a dog.
Oh
man.
yeah, I
He was
didn't
a chase.
I didn't include villains in my head, I guess, but
Yeah,
Yeesh.
Madara was Shice Vader.
yeah, he
Well,
was.
that was
Shice
his
Vader.
alias.
Yeah, I guess when you throw
There's a
the
handful of people with that moniker, but he's one of them.
I guess like the supporting cast of Naruto has been just so tossed to the side that like it almost doesn't feel
Yeah.
fair.
But the top heavy part, they're pretty like I don't know, man. I think Naruto's giving these niggas the business.
Yeah, now that you mentioned the
Shigaraki's
villains,
interesting though.
when you mentioned the villains, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes it a little more fair. Because the villains in My
Yeah,
Hero
man.
Academia,
Even a nigga like think about like Kasame, right? That's the shark dude, right?
Mhm.
With the big sword.
that is Kisame.
I ain't gonna hold you, son. This is only a hand, you know what I'm saying? How many of these people is really, you know what I'm saying, gonna stand up to him?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think right now. I don't think Fat Gum could beat him.
No, I don't think Fat Gun could beat it
Maybe.
either.
He can. I mean,
Because Fat Gun would have to absorb. Fat Gun only absorbs like blunt hits. He doesn't take like.
yeah, it's a bad matchup.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess Naruto would have the stronger core.
Yo, niggas with a Sharingan, they all win no matter what versus anybody in My Hero, probably.
Yeah, I mean
That's gotta just be
the adults of My Hero Academia also have proven themselves to be pretty useless for the most part.
yeah.
Like even the sensei in Naruto, all of them had like something they could do. But like
Kinda.
everybody else in My Hero
Better,
Academia,
better than this.
like all the adults got like are getting ragdolled by everybody in My Hero Academia.
Yeah. This is why Shigaraki's so mad and wants to end society and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
guys are fucking weak.
these adults are incompetent.
That's fair. You know? I think I'm starting to
That is Shigaraki's
understand
whole
his
bag
plight
is that he's
a bit more.
like these adults are incompetent and they're not doing their jobs.
I'm gonna eliminate everything.
Yeah, which is a bit of a, it's a not damn, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not measured.
He said he's gonna create a new world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little much. You know. But yeah, were those all your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like this chapter more than I thought I would. Honestly, the
Mhm.
action stuff, I'm like fine. It's fine right now. It's more of the character stuff that's happening that I'm enjoying a little bit more. I do love this, like, you know, harkening back to Deku's just being like a pure hero all the way through, and I love the line about him. You know, that the thing about Deku is that he sees everybody as just like a person. He doesn't see like necessarily villain or hero in that sense. He's just like everybody's human at the end of the day, and everybody like can be reached out to in a sense. It's very consistent with Deku, and I love that like this little like that last panel where they give that tribute to that one panel from way back in the first chapter. That was so emotional and really was a hook to the series when All Might told him that he could be a hero. It was a good moment. Whose finger is that? Because for whatever reason, I'm like, that's not All Might's, because All Might doesn't have that thing on him, right? Or does he usually have it?
Yeah, that's in his, an outfit.
Okay. Because for a second I was like, is that Star and Stripe? But I don't think so. But in any case, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I enjoyed this chapter, and I feel like we're at a place where Horikoshi is at a place where he's like, okay, I'm now writing the things that I really wanted to write and that I had planned for. And hopefully, he's like having a little more fun with it now. Now that he's like in one of those points where he probably had in mind this whole time. Deku getting like parting ways with One for All would be pretty poetic at the end of the day. As a person who was quirkless to the start, and the only way to win is to be quirkless again, essentially. It's pretty poetic.
I don't know how he'd win, but he has to find a way.
I guess he has to
But he still has the power.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is he's gonna do something that like he's gonna unleash an attack so strong that like it burns out the One for All within him and probably Shigaraki. Like something that assures that they both end up quirkless.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be very convenient.
I mean, that's my guess. It could very well not happen, but that's what I'm going with. But overall, a good chapter of My Hero Academia. I enjoyed it a fair amount. But you ready to move on, Josh?
Yes.
Oh yeah, then let's go.
Bloody Cross.
Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Before we start Jujutsu Kaisen, I went on a search while we were covering My Hero Academia, and I really couldn't find out one website or Reddit post or anything like that on the internet referencing Jay Garcia, one of the five elders, as a crab. They all were mystical spider. Every single one of them. Not one. I'm the only one.
You're one of
on
one.
the internet, as far as I could see, and I have to admit that I am wrong.
Wow.
It is most likely a spider.
Wow.
My only hope is a Hail Mary, and that Oda says, actually, it's a crab, to spite everybody for thinking they can just assign, these hard labels on his characters. We'll see, though.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should go on one of those Reddit posts and just like throw out there. It's like, I don't know, guys. I think it looks like a crab to me, and see what people will say.
How do you know I didn't already?
Did you?
No.
Because I would like to follow that post actually to see what people say. He's like, this guy's in denial. It's clearly a fucking spider. But anyway, this is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 248, Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown, part 20. Last we left off, Higuruma gave his fucking life to the game. He tossed over his...
You're going to have to use the drop this time. Not right this second. Whenever you feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me get it locked and loaded. Um, but I think they're taking him away so that he could get healed. We'll get to that point when we get to it, but unless I see that they called him dead, I can't. I
Took
just
Gojo's body away too.
That's true, but you know,
You think they're
Gojo.
gonna heal him?
Well, Gojo was like split in half, so I think we were justified in that one.
Use some
Higuruma just got
reverse curse
slashed.
technique and some gorilla glue.
It may not be able to help Gojo, but it probably could help
Flag
Higuruma.
down that airplane. Say wait.
Hold up. Your flight got
They
moved.
got crazy glue.
Your flight got moved. Come back to the battle.
Time to suffer more.
Well, okay, fine. I'll give him the sound effects. What happened was, Itadori tried to stab Sukuna with the executioner sword, but of course he just sidestepped it. And before Itadori could do anything else with it, the executioner sword disappears, which could only mean, according to Josh, that Higuruma is dead.
You saying it? Listen, Itadori says his name, Higuruma. Look at his face. It's
Look at his
kinda like a
hands.
sad concern.
What did he do with these shits? He's got claws
Sharpened his
now.
nail. He has
Did
like
he-
gloves on or something.
Did he amputate his arms and replace them with the curse's arms?
Bro, you're crazy.
When are they going to explain
Maybe.
this shit?
Maybe.
Maybe
They will soon.
Yeah.
When he slices through Sukuna's body, he's gonna say they're gonna have the flashback.
Yeah.
Like as he's getting slashed.
Yeah. Well,
It's funny because I got Netflix on my TV, like on. You know how it cycles through like different series.
mm-hmm.
As soon as I said that, I looked up and seen Hunter x Hunter. I swear to God,
Swear to God.
crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your boy's dead.
Yeah.
My
he's gone.
boy's dead too.
Our boy is gone, which I think we say a lot in Jujutsu Kaisen. But
Yeah, I was mad wrong.
why?
I wish we could like bring up clips from like previous episodes
Just have clips loaded up of us being
Yeah.
wrong.
of us saying like yes, like of us making claims.
I mean, that would be half
I
of
gotta
a
start
show.
recording them. Yeah. You
I feel
know,
like-
that'd be fucking hilarious.
I feel like we're wrong a lot.
but nah,
so.
but yo, because I was saying like, look, I think he actually got him.
Yeah, you definitely did say that.
I thought he was dead already. I thought Itadori was a pack. Like remember?
Yeah, but
Person-
there's an explanation as
Anyway,
to why
let's-
he's not a pack. We get in a minute, but Sukuna immediately decides to attack Itadori. He's not wasting no time. He gives him a double punch with his two arms on one side, and
Like my champ.
yeah, like my champ. Kicks Itadori away and tries to cut him up. Sukuna thinks to himself that that Higuruma died, but he lost Supreme Marital Solution, one of his cursed tools, and the boy's stomach is fully healed. He then notices that Ui Ui and the other third year from Jujutsu High is there, and they teleport away with Higuruma's body. Sukuna is like, I'm not surprised. I bet that brat's curse technique is teleportation. Probably the reason Satoru Gojo's body vanished as well. And he's like, are they? Oh boy, I don't know. They're building something up. And he's like, are they transporting the wounded sorcerers to the woman with reverse curse technique? He's like, no, she can't be that good. Like healing another person with reverse curse technique is less than half as effective than healing oneself. So but I remember, I think her name is Shiori. I could be wrong, but I remember that she's like really good with it though.
Apparently not as good as Gojo.
Yeah, I mean, that was her whole thing, is that she's a reverse curse technique lady. Like that's her whole vibe. She's a healer.
Imagine that.
Mhm.
I don't. Why make characters like that? Why do that?
Utility, I guess, but like
Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he's wrong about when he says.
I would
no.
like to think so, because
Gojo was wrong before.
Yeah, Gojo's been wrong.
when he said he'd win.
I think her name is Ieri. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so he starts thinking to himself, is like, so which means in the past month that boy has acquired reverse curse technique himself. He's improved more than using cursed energy to physically strengthen himself, which means the main dish is the possessed brat. This should be fun. And then he crosses his arms and he looks to the side, like, you know, and then he gives the same look that Josh makes when he's watching the Detroit Lions in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He goes,
and they're doing well.
yeah, he's like, why am I irritated? This kid is pulling himself up. This kid has pulled himself up from his bootstraps and learned reverse curse
Which is
technique.
physically impossible to do, by the way. just to put that out there.
He's worked so hard
That's why the phrase is so funny.
and he's improved himself. Why am I so irritated?
That's got to be my new profile picture on
For
Discord.
real.
And I got to put the why am I irritated?
Yeah,
in it.
you need to keep that.
Yo, he's got his arms crossed and his hands on his side.
Bro. Damn. Did Sukuna just become your favorite character of all time?
Chris, he became my favorite character once he cut the other one in half.
Aw. Well, this
Yeah.
just only helps out. He like you for real.
Yeah, that's hilarious. When I read the chapter, I didn't really.
I didn't peep the
take
hands
it
on
in.
the side too. His stomach mouth is even irritated. His stomach mouth is going.
Yeah, it's like stomach mouth is pouting, right?
Yeah.
Almost like he's like, he's sad all around.
He's so
That's
fucking-
hilarious.
Oh my god, I love Sukuna, man.
Probably tapping his feet too.
Right? He's like, man, this is bullshit.
Yeah, channel ain't big enough, but I get it. I get it, GG.
Yo, Itadori is even shocked. He's like, is Sukuna lost in thought right now? And he is. This chain of events where he's undoubtedly winning, it has tossed him into an existential crisis. This must be how it feels to be the best, you know, at anything, you know? He's just like, fuck, who am I anymore? You know? He's thinking to himself, is like, am I feeling down that the sorcerer died? And he starts thinking about the things he's always said.
I knew it.
He starts thinking about the things he's always said about himself, is that he's never needed anyone to satisfy me. And Sukuna's like, yep, that's still true. And he says, I eat when I want to eat, play with what amuses me, and kills anyone who's in my way. It's like, yeah, that's me. I haven't changed. So just to let you know that Sukuna's not like going through a change of heart right now. He's
No, not at all.
no. But he is like, he does remember this one thing he said about himself, is like, which makes devouring them a perfect way to pass time until death. And he's like, passing time until death. God, is that what I'm doing? You know, which I feel like we've all been there.
Mm.
We've all been there. Like, God damn, am I just? When did I stop living? You know what I mean?
Damn, he's having an existential crisis mid-fight.
Yeah. Yo. It's so crazy. And he's like, he remembers that time where he told Jogo that he lacked the hunger to take hold of his desires. And he says, I live as befits my nature. If no one can grasp that, then that's their problem. And he starts like saying, is like, I've never had any ideals. I never strove for more than befitted my nature. But they pursue the ideal of killing me. He's like, why does it irritate me to see others dedicated to an ideal? Like he said, they remind me of someone I knew 1,000 years ago. Have I changed during that time? He's like, the boy, that's right, you. 1,000 years ago, the people I fought were strangers. And he's like, they always talked about their ideals, but they were all just like dying words that added later. You know, words whose truth I can't ascertain.
Yeah.
He said they may have been bluffing or had an overly high opinion of themselves, but I know this kid. I shared a body with this kid. It's like, I come back no matter how many times he or his spirit breaks. I know his ideal to be unbreakable. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. He is acknowledging Itadori.
He's like, this kid just won't stop. I've broken his heart more times than I can count, and he just keeps coming. And he said, unfortunately, I've learned that someone far weaker can go toe to toe with me and achieve his ideal through strength of will. And that really irritates me.
Unfortunately.
Yo, it's like, this definitely happened to me before. I definitely been beat by somebody who's weaker than me, I think is what he's saying.
Mm.
And he says, in other words, I was so great in stature that I held no ideals. I even despised them. And he starts laughing to himself. And he's like, you've given me a clear reason to destroy you here and now by crushing your hopes. And all of a sudden, this bright light emerges before him. And everybody's like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? And we see the little helper mod thing pull up and say that there's a new rule added by a player. Megumi Fushiguro has the authority to activate the merger of humankind by Tengen. And basically, since I guess Sukuna still technically inhabits the body of Fushiguro, Sukuna has the ability to activate the merger now, or the authority to do so. And they all realize at the same time that Sukuna was Kenjaku's backup plan. So this means that like Okotsu managed to kill Kenjaku, but this triggered this failsafe. So they're like, shit. They might. Damn, this sucks. We didn't think this through. And Sukuna eats the little.
How could they have though?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good counter move, I guess. Sukuna says out loud, he's like, first I'm going to kill all of you, then I'm going to kill all the Culling game players, and then I'll have Tengen and the masses merge. After that, depending on how things turn out, I have some fun with Tengen. And then right at that moment, the ground explodes from underneath Sukuna, and guess who arrives? But motherfucking Okotsu.
The champ is here!
He pulls up. He's like, sorry, I'm late. And he immediately starts scrapping with Sukuna. And Sukuna says, like, struggle all you like, but unless you kill me, everyone you care before will die. And then we get a 2-page spread to end the chapter of Rika pulling up and trying to smash Sukuna where he is. And she says, who are you talking to? And Sukuna responds with, the queen is here. And that's where the chapter ends.
The champ is here!
Josh, what did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 248?
I think this might be the first time in a while I may have regretted my RGC choice. Well, I'll say this. It was close.
Yeah.
I was wrong about that. And I was wrong about a few things. I knew that that wasn't going to be the death of Sukuna. That wasn't it. Like, I guess that would have been kind of cheap. But I didn't expect Itadori to heal from that. Realistically, I thought this was like going straight downhill. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect the moment to flip like this at all. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Chris. I'm not excited to see Okotsu here. I'm not excited to see Rika.
Oh, man.
I wish they would have just stood away and went to another country again, like during the Shibuya arc.
Yeah. You think this is it for them? You think this is end times?
Yes. He called her the queen, man. That's. I don't want to see her get sliced up.
Same.
I hope she could get sliced up and just like heal back real quick. That'll be okay. Since. Let's see. This is it right here. They got the two main characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going against the final bad guy because Kenjaku's dead. That's it. The backup plan was him being able to create the merger. Oh, that's the other thing I was wrong about. Megumi's soul is still intact and alive. if he was able to be recognized as a player at this point
Yeah.
and to like continue. So that's cool, I guess. I was talking a lot of shit about him being a pack. Like, no, it's like stop it. But man, I'm really worried. Really worried for Okotsu. This is a hell of a chapter though. I really appreciate the acknowledgement of Itadori. It feels earned. I liked his angle, how he was saying how like, you know, like this is kind of personal for him. He always hated Itadori, but it was always very just like him being an asshole generally. But he has a reason. He says he wants to crush their hopes and dreams and break Itadori's will, and you know it's getting personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Sukuna blocked Okotsu's sword with the cursed energy hand.
He did
You know,
like a slash.
reinforcement.
I think they countered each other with a slash. Like Okotsu,
That's cool.
like it was like one of the cursed energy slashes that he does, and Okotsu blocked it with the sword.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna be here next week?
No, it's off next week. Actually,
Oh shit.
that was unfortunate because this is a hell of a place to leave it, Akutami.
It sure is.
Mm.
One hell of a cliffhanger.
Oh, you mean the thing that we were clamoring for? The battle that we were waiting for? And now you want to leave?
Yeah, it was always building up to this, I suppose. I didn't know how. Yo, Kusakabe's still alive.
You surprised? You that surprised?
Oh, yeah.
He only got hit once. He's not doing
Yeah,
good.
and he fended that off.
Yeah, he was able to like kind of stop it for a sec. Or like make it not kill him. If I was him, I'm leaving. Me
Yeah,
and
he
Mr.
better
Ski
leave
Mask.
right now. Yeah, the ski mask dude is still there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, Jujutsu Sorcerer is a ride or die. But what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, this is so close. This was such a great chapter. This is like the most like introspective we've seen Sukuna. It really lends to his character. I really like this kind of like deep dive. Of course, there's the crossed armed and hands on hips panel that will live in infamy in my mind forever.
Yeah.
So good. And it's as much as he's been like dismissing Itadori since he got here, now at this point he's just like, damn, I guess I got to acknowledge this kid's not weak, I guess. You know, he like after everything I did to him and he still keeps trying to square up with me. This kid might do it. He might find a way. So, I guess I got to find him seriously. But man, such a lot of cool moments here. The Kenjaku, you know, using Sukuna as a backup plan is a twist that I guess, you know, is something I could have seen coming if I thought about it, but you know, this was it's still smart. It's still like, you know, a good way to continue the stakes that we had before without Kenjaku and finally cementing Sukuna as the final villain of the series. And I'm just so excited to see what happens with Okotsu, man. When he came into the scene, I was like, oh! I was like, whoa! This is my guy. I didn't think we'd get it this fast. I thought we'd get some more Itadori versus Sukuna and then Okotsu would come in. But man, I'm fine with this. I am so excited. I love that Rika was like, who are you talking to? That's my man. But
Yeah, corrected him. Corrected that behavior
for real.
immediately.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you ever see them like memes where they're like when you ordered the wrong thing and like the girlfriend like tells the waiter like, yo,
Oh
he
yeah,
ordered this. Like he didn't order this. He ordered. You know what I'm saying? Like where they
yeah. He
like
wants it
they
without
stand up
pickles
for you. Yeah, yeah. You seen them. Yeah, that's. I feel like that's their dynamic.
for real.
Coach was like, "It's okay," and she's like, "No,"
No.
and now you'll perish for that.
Yeah. No, and it would be really cool to see the full extent of Rika's attacks because we never like really see her go for real. She's always just like stomped everything. So I'm excited to see how this goes and what Okotsu has learned and maybe we'll get to see Okotsu's domain.
Yeah, because he does have one.
This is overall very exciting. The original MC of this series is about to get it in, and I'm very excited.
All right, if you had to guess, if one out of the two was gonna die, which one do you think it's gonna be?
Oh my God, I don't even know anymore.
Obviously, Rika comes packaged with a Kotsu.
Yes,
but you
of
know,
course.
that's what I was saying.
You know, man, I think Jujutsu Kaisen is convinced me that it's very possible that it will have a sad ending.
Quite possibly the saddest.
Yeah, this could be a very rare kind of series where the bad guys just win. And this is like the only time I've ever felt that about a manga. It's been a very long time since I've like felt this sense of dread where like, oh shit, Akutami's not playing. He just be getting rid of characters left and right. And it's kind of possible that like he just follows through on making kind of a dark series. I don't know what the ending looks like for
Maki
Jujutsu
has
Kaisen.
to pull up.
Hmm?
Maki has to pull up.
Yeah, Maki does have to pull up.
No way.
Her
yeah,
man is
she's
her
been
real
built
man
up.
is here, Okotsu.
Yeah.
This is all they this is their time.
Anybody else? No,
Mm.
Maki's probably gonna end up helping out this dude.
Well, Itadori still got to do some stuff. We still got to get an explanation of why his arms are like that.
Yeah. I agree. I think there's still a lot of fight left in this series.
Oh,
think
yeah, me
this
too.
is
I don't
not
think it's
gonna be a
ending,
quick one.
but
Dragged out.
yeah. All let's just say is that like it's a possibility that Okotsu dies, and a very real
Yeah.
one.
So you're saying between Itadori and Okotsu, you're gonna say Okotsu. You predict that.
Yeah, I don't like it,
Same.
but it just feels that way. I just don't have any faith in Akutami that he's gonna do anything. He's gonna do right by me. I think he's out to get me, bro. Higuruma was the last straw. I think he hates me personally. But-
Yeah, I can't argue with that, man. I feel the same.
We're wronged.
Everyone's a pack, man.
Yeah.
So, what else is there to say? I love the chapter though.
Yeah. Loved it. All right. Well, I guess with that being said, those are all my thoughts. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move onward then.
Tell that pussy clad girl me know what.
Undead Unluck. And with that, I'm gonna pass this over to Josh.
Yo, so last time on Undead Unluck, they found Justice. We're just gonna say Justice for now. Because I forgot what her new incarnation's name is.
Yeah, I forgot to.
Yeah. So they found her rather quick at school. She didn't have her negator activation yet, but she's down to join the union because she wants to find out about her past. She has visions of Juiz, so she's down to join the union, and that was that. So we start this week with a really dope color page actually. Very well done. colors vibe really nice. It reminds me of like a fighting game screen, you know, like
Yeah.
a character selection screen.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I could totally see that. Like it being like a DS fighting game and that being on the bottom and you press it with the stylus, which character you want. That'd be pretty cool. So we start September 30th, 2015, which is that's actually my birthday. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. He did it for you, bro. He's shouting you out.
That's got to be what it is. I cover Undead Unluck, so
Yeah.
maybe he knows.
So shouts out to my
So,
homie Josh.
but yeah, and so this is on 2015 actually, and man, that was 9 years, guys.
Yeah. We would have been in high
Holy
school at
shit.
this time.
No.
No, college. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would
a
have
little
been
bit
leaving
after,
college at
actually.
that time, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn,
So-
time flies, huh?
Yeah. This was happening before the quest got lined. Because what I didn't mention was that in the last chapter, Fuko had started the quest acquisition, and they ended up like running into, they ended up having to choose like one of the quests that has the superior rule, like one of the superior rules. So I guess this is like the lead up to that in a way. So Apocalypse pulls up to the superior rule round table that they have, similar to the unions, but way less cooler because Fuko's not there, obviously. Apocalypse letting them know like, yo, another quest is about to pop off. He needs a minimum of 2, but God is hoping for even more. So he's like, all right, so whoever says they want to go, just say they want to go. So all of them say they want to go. So they're like, okay. But before they're able to advance, the boy Undead Andy pulls up from the crack in the dimension from the sun. Like he well, I'll explain how he gets there later. But he just pulls out from the place they're supposed to leave, and starts like fighting all of them. He's using the finger bullets. He's regenerating and shit. He's using a vortex bullet with his fist. He's beating the shit out of them, yo.
Yo, he's not fucking
all of them's
playing.
getting held. Yeah, and then like after he knocks them out, like he's like wrapping them with a chain. One of the superior rules tries to pull out a fucking tank and says genocide weapons.
This is so crazy.
Come on, bro.
Come on,
Come
dude.
on, man. Come on, bro.
Dude,
Come on. Come on, bro.
come on, dude.
Come on, son. You can't. You wildin', man.
You gotta be
You
careful
wildin'.
with that shit now, man.
You ever watched what's it called? Don't Be a Menace While Drinking
Yes.
Juice in the Hood. Like the parody movie of like those hood movies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember when when he has the fucking missile in the truck? He's like, "Do we have a problem?" That's what I imagine.
That's this guy.
He just summoned the tank. And then he shot a genocide rocket at I guess it wasn't. Yeah,
It was a tank among other things. There's definitely a minigun
was a
there as
tank.
well.
Bro, yeah. That's how I was. Oh, I didn't realize that that's a separate weapon. Yeah. Look, there's a tank on the right. So yeah, he just summons a heavy artillery and everyone's getting hit up actually, and because they got recoil, like some of the other rules got hit. Andy was able to lock them up with this soul chain. One of the superior rules is talking about how Andy's basically like a soul copy, like a soul avatar, a fucking soul shadow clone for all intents and purposes. He sent his soul and put his undead power on it and is using it to fight them, but it's wearing out because he can't keep producing it because he sent a body double. It's It's not as complex as I'm making it sound. I promise. Andy's not really there, but he's there and he's fucking them up. So yeah, I guess the boss role talks some shit, and he's like, "Oh, I'm flattered. You believe in souls, huh? In my experience, people like you don't believe in them." And it's funny because Apocalypse is kind of gritting his teeth, like, I don't know what he's thinking, but Annie proceeds to packing these niggas up. I ain't gonna lie, he's going at it with the main rule. This guy has like a soul sword too, or something like that. Like Kuwabara? Wow.
Uramishi.
Lighter much? Yeah, well, that was good.
Not bad,
You know,
huh?
that was a nice
Yeah, there's a certain voice I can't do without
He-
being super loud, so that was like a held back Kuwabara.
the accurate one.
Thanks, man.
So, your boy drops the line, sorry, but we're short on time. I'm settling this now. He's getting serious now, basically.
Looks like I gotta get serious.
Yeah, so he shoots this beam. Not as cool as the radical beam. But then your boy Andy, he doesn't use Dead Road. He uses Soul Road. He uses a soul. Literally shoots a Kamehameha for all intents and purposes against this guy's asshole beam, and it's just they evenly clash, and he can't. He stops like all but two of the superior rules from escaping and going on to this next quest. And they're all just talking about how he's really him. He's really him. There's never been a negator as strong as him. That's not what they said, but they're like saying he's clearly the strongest in this loop. They haven't met Fugo personally yet, though.
No, not in person though.
They sure have not. She loves them all. And they don't even fucking know her. You can't stand up to something like that.
No.
If she touches them, it's a wrap, bro. A black hole is gonna open up by accident by them. Two electrons are gonna clash. And it's gonna just be a black hole on them. Anyway, that was the end of the chapter. I mean, so that's what led we at the end of the chapter it goes forward to October 7th, still 2015, but not September 30th. So a week later actually. And it cuts back to Fuko flying on the Nimbus with Juice's reincarnation, and yeah, that's the end of the chapter. Chris, what are your thoughts?
I thought this chapter was also very good. Lots of bangers this week, to be honest. I think every series delivered. And that's what makes it hard about picking really good chapters of the week, is that sometimes they all just like hit at the same time, and it's really hard to pick one. It feels like you're going to be wrong no matter what, but this is a cool ass chapter of Undead Unluck. Andy came in and manhandled pretty much everybody. And my expectation now is that if he were to ever fight any of these guys one-on-one, he'd win.
Yeah.
He just beat the shit out of any
Without
of
a
these fucking
doubt.
guys pretty easy, it seems. But still, regardless, like that's the soul power is so cool.
Yeah, he kept that knowledge from the previous loop.
Yeah. It's all
When he had the sick negator, unsick.
wait,
Remember him? Yeah, I think unsick has something to do with that.
yeah.
I remember. They gotta still get her.
Oh yeah, they do gotta get her. But yeah, I mean, it was a big action chapter, but it was like really cool. It's just that Andy has just been, I guess, meditating to himself, different ways
On
to
the
use his
side.
powers. And I feel like every time this happens, Andy just pulls up and stops them from like getting out the way they want. And I thought it was like super cool. And then, even though he let two out, he held back like the other 10 that are there.
Well,
So
it was a minimum of 2. I think like
Yeah, no, there's a
That's
minimum
why
of
two-
2, but they wanted to, in theory, like
He chose
Apocalypse, like
those two.
Andy, yeah, specifically chose the 2 that are the weakest, apparently, or of lower ranks, to send them out there. And he's like, they should be able to handle these guys, and I'll keep the rest of them here.
Nah, but he just sent one of the strongest. And
No,
I'm not
it's-
talking about the wolf guy,
No, the little girl is Knowledge.
bro.
They said that they
She
have.
doesn't care.
She didn't care.
Come
No,
on, man.
she was very nonchalant
She
the whole
didn't care. She was one of the exactly. Come on, you know how that goes.
time.
She's definitely gonna be strong. He cares a lot. He cares too much. He's
Yeah.
gonna be a threat, but you know he's gonna lose her. She's gonna make them think about why they joined the union and if it's actually possible. And they're gonna need some insurmountable luck to then that's what's gonna happen because Fugo has unluck.
Yeah.
You
But-
can't learn unluck, right?
No, I guess not. I guess you could get better at it. I mean, Fuko's clearly like learned stuff about unluck. But anyway, those are all my thoughts. What did you think?
Thought it was interesting that they would have this kind of like like this prelude to the quest and how like they were selected. I felt, I mean, I thought it was dope, but it did feel kind of weird. I don't want to say out of place, but maybe extracurricular. Yeah, I don't know. Like it was. I didn't need to know that it happened this way. I was willing to just accept that those were the 2 rules selected for the
Yeah.
next quest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was more to like establish that Andy has gotten better at his negation more
Yeah.
than, explaining how they got there. I think it was more for like Andy's character than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. Makes a lot of sense when you put it that way. So, but yeah, I mean, dope fight. The nice Soul Road, I like that. He better use that. He better use the combination of Soul and Dead Road, Life Death Road, something like that. Or the road to hell is paved with good intention.
Road.
All that one road.
The
yeah,
road-
no, road is already
The
in
ro-
it.
No,
Yeah.
no. It has to end with road. So you got to say the road to hell is paved in good intentions road.
Shit, I don't like it anymore.
The Dead Soul Road.
Yeah, I guess. It could have been great, but there are rules, I suppose.
There are rules, buddy.
And he has
Sorry.
these chains. He has these soul chains. Yo, Andy is he's looking like number 1 out in these streets. He's looking like he could walk to any corner and set up shop.
That's right. The main boss was basically like, wow, this guy's fucking nice. Usually it takes a while for the nonchalant villains to be like, oh, you're actually good. But this guy knows it off the jump.
Bro. Andy's he's a general, man.
Yes, sir.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, that's Undead Unluck, and that has been our.
Like, can your favorite character in fiction beat him? I don't know. Good conversation.
Well, that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening, as per usual. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. follow him where he's streaming on twitch.tv/itspunchline. If you like the show, you want to ask some questions, you guys want to have a little conversation, you can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, all that stuff. And we'll talk about it on our pre-show chat show that we do. We'll be answering emails and just shoot the shit about random things. Sometimes it is manga, but other times it's other things. So I hope you guys listen to that. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. Please do that. I have to upload some backlog episodes to there, but we are still doing the show on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast if you prefer that as well. I think that's it. I think that's all. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, y'all.